Hi, I'm Nick Lewis, and thanks for taking the time to watch my virtual business card. I chose this picture for the cover of my business card because I believe this really defines a lot of my philosophy as a coach. This picture was taken shortly after a goal was scored at the University of Arizona, where all six guys huddled together. And that's one of the habits that we believe is part of we ball when we're at the programs I coach. It's one of the habits that I inspire and encourage as part of we ball. And what we ball is basically putting the team above yourself. Always we over me. And we'll get into a little bit more about what that means as we go forward here. But speaking of coaches and programs I've coached, I've been around. I've had quite the journey as a coach. Started playing the game at 16 at Whitney Point High School. And then I started coaching in college at the age of 20 at Shenango Forks High School. Moved to Virginia. I taught high school and coached at W.T. Woodson. And then I took a bit of a detour at 26 and I moved into IT consulting for the government. And although it was challenging and interesting, it just really didn't spark the same type of passion that I felt from coaching. So I dipped my toe back in the water around 5 years later and coached at Chantilly Youth Association and eventually moved to Colorado. And at 34, I got my first head coaching position at Prairie View High School. And a year later, I started to see a different vision for my life. And that's why I chose this quote. In any given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or step backward into safety. And I felt myself just being pulled in the direction of coaching around that time. And I just decided to leave the IT consulting career behind and dive headfirst into coaching. And I ended up taking over a new program and built it from the ground up. And then fast forward, just a few years later, I'm certified to teach yoga and meditation. I got my first college coaching job at the University of Arizona, and I started a master's program just a couple of years ago. And I got to coach in Africa for the Uganda U21 national team. And now this last year, I got a job with Just Play Solutions, where I get to help coaches teach the game of lacrosse through technology. So kind of a full circle moment. And I'm also now just moved back to Colorado, and I am the head coach at Columbine High School, where I also get to use my strength and conditioning knowledge to be the program's strength and conditioning coach. My leadership style is transformational. So I believe that I was put here on earth to change people's lives and to make a positive impact on people's lives. So with that, I believe in situational leadership. I believe that you have to give people autonomy. You have to give them decision-making responsibilities, and you have to encourage them to take on leadership roles, both players, parents, booster club members, assistant coaches, so that they can feel empowered. And as this quote says, transformational leaders empower others. They enable them to achieve willingly. So by giving them the decision-making and the leadership opportunities, they're going to go out and achieve willingly. And that said, though, I also believe in command style leadership. I believe that some things have to be transactional and that you have to have high standards and expectations if you want to lead and have a high level of success. My mission as a leader of a program is to facilitate that uncommon transformation through the sport of lacrosse and develop servant leaders, to develop a bunch of people that are thinking about we and not me. And that extends as a vision for all stakeholders. Again, not just the players, but every member of the program: parents, players, booster club members, administration, assistant coaches, and of course myself as the head coach. So what we really want to do is that the job's never finished, as it depicts here for a transactional leader. For a transformational leader, you're trying to change people's lives, and you're going to hopefully develop better humans. And as Woody Hayes says, you win with people. And so how am I going to meet my goals? So to develop those servant leaders, we have the mission, we have the vision, and then it distills down to the values of personal leadership, gratitude for the game, and growth focus. So we're taking care of ourselves so we can take care of others. We have gratitude for this beautiful game that we get to play. And then we also always thinking about what we can learn and having a growth mindset in everything that we do. So we have those values, and then we also distill it down to how it shows up on the field. What's the difference between we ball and me ball? And we have a bunch of habits that we like to, enforce or encourage rather on the field. What does it look like? And one of those is that picture that you saw, all six guys celebrating after a goal together, celebrating putting the team above themselves. And lastly, I'd just like to thank you for watching this and getting to know a little bit more about me. I think it's pretty clear that my whole goal is that we think about the greater good and that we build a program together. Everybody is involved, and we're always putting the team above ourselves and the program above ourselves. And anybody knows this, that two heads are always better than one. And we, as Ken Blanchard said, we works a lot better than me. Thanks again for watching.